One of the craziest trades of all time has just gone down, and I'm in a bit of shock. Harden's era in Houston has come to an end, and the Rockets are now on the rebuild, and the Brooklyn Nets have emerged as a powerhouse to take home the NBA championship with a new big three of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. With everyone talking about Brooklyn, I thought I'd take a different approach and look at the Rockets side of the deal, because for one, I'm a Rockets fan, and two, though I was initially upset we didn't get Ben Simmons in the deal, we actually did a really good job, so I want to talk about it. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at what this crazy blockbuster trade means for the Houston Rockets and how it's given them a really bright future. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. For more NBA content like this, I'm trying to hit 16,000 subscribers by February, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about this trade. Firstly, let's look at the trade as a whole. It's a four-way trade, so there's a lot of details involved, but here it is. The Brooklyn Nets receive James Harden only, the Houston Rockets get back Rodion Kuruc, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Victor Oladipo from the Indiana Pacers, Dante Exum from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and many first-round picks and pick swaps, 4 pick swaps from Brooklyn, 3 unprotected future first-rounders from Brooklyn, and an unprotected first-rounder from Milwaukee. That's 8 unprotected first-round picks in total. The other 2 teams involved in the deal are of course Indiana and Cleveland. Indiana will be receiving Caris LeVert and a second rounder as they lose Victor Oladipo, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are actually big winners in this deal in my opinion, getting Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince to add to their already fantastic young core that looks prepared to compete for a playoff spot in the near future. On the surface to me, there are no real losers in this trade. The Nets obviously get better with Harden and are in the championship favorite conversation. The Indiana Pacers don't get better nor worse with replacing Oladipo with Caris LeVert, but instead, they secure a guy on a similar playing level for a longer period as Oladipo enters free agency at the end of this season. Cleveland, as I said, are getting a great deal here, considering all they're losing is essentially Dante Exum, and the Rockets have set themselves up perfectly for the future. But as a Rockets fan, I want to go deeper than that, so let's take a look at why I believe this trade is so great for the Rockets. Firstly, I love the addition of Victor Oladipo. I wasn't originally too happy when the deal originally broke out because I was looking forward to getting Ben Simmons, but if we wanted a player to have an immediate fit on the team, Oladipo is definitely a perfect player for that. Oladipo is bouncing back this season after his serious injury, averaging 20 points per game on good efficiency, and as the Pacers have a lot of solid to great on-ball scoring options, Oladipo has become more of an off-ball player. With his athleticism, he's been really good at that, and seeing as the Rockets have John Wall, he'll probably remain in a similar role. He'll obviously get a lot more of the ball than he did in Indiana, he'll probably be the Rockets' secondary playmaker, but as an off-ball threat with John Wall taking the ball up the court, that's an extremely exciting prospect to me as a Rockets fan. So in the end, I'm really happy with this side of the deal. Dante Exum is a bit of a question mark in this deal. Unfortunately, injuries throughout his career have held him back from being anything special, and just as soon as he was getting going in Cleveland, he got injured again, and now he has been traded to the Rockets. As an Australian, I'd love for the Rockets to utilize Exum to a certain degree once he is healthy again. I think he can be a good second unit player, but at this point, I'm not sure how the Rockets will use him. We'll see down the track though, and I'm not mad at this pickup at all. It's a low risk, high rewards type situation for Houston here, so you can't blame them for landing him. And again, with my Australian bias, I do like this pickup for the Rockets. The best part of this deal for Houston though is the 8 unprotected first round picks the Rockets have now received. Houston is obviously rebuilding now, and since they traded all their picks away for Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook these past couple seasons, To get these new picks back is fantastic and puts them in a really good position to reset through the draft. Again, the fact they now have 8 unprotected first round picks for the next few years is crazy, and it's something you'd fully expect them to make the most out of. So those are all the additions the Rockets got through the trade that I want to talk about. But the bright future for the Rockets doesn't end there. The Rockets made one of the best signings this past free agency with Christian Wood, locking him in on a phenomenal contract for the next 4 years. Wood is currently the front runner for the most improved player this season, averaging 23 points and 9 rebounds, which is 9 more points than last season and 3 more rebounds, and he's on a trajectory to be an all-star in the near future. If the Rockets can re-sign Oladipo this upcoming offseason, the core of Christian Wood, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and Victor Oladipo would be very underrated and a team that could potentially make a push for the playoffs. That's probably just me being optimistic, but the Rockets' current roster is not bad at all, and without James Harden, could still be at least a solid team in the upcoming seasons. Overall, as a Rockets fan, I am very pleased with this trade. Reports had come out saying that the Rockets were requesting a proven star and multiple draft assets in return for Harden, and they've gone out and got exactly that. Victor Oladipo has been an all-star before and has bounced back this season, which enticed the Rockets. He's also proved this season he can play off-ball more, meaning the Rockets know he can be a great fit in Silas's system alongside John Wall. All in all, Oladipo is an amazing fit for Houston on paper, and I really can't state that enough. He's an amazing addition. The 8 unprotected draft picks is also elite for the Rockets. They really snapped with this trade. Combine all these assets with John Wall, a healthy DeMarcus Cousins, and a rising Christian Wood, and you have set yourself up perfectly for the future. The Rockets are now rebuilding, and the next couple of years may be rough, but considering the contract Christian Wood is on and how the roster is set up, the Rockets can only go up from here. We play the Spurs tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see that game. The Rockets may be rebuilding for now, but I fully expect them to be back in the playoffs in a few years' time. They have set themselves up perfectly for the future with this trade. Trading away an MVP caliber player like James Harden is difficult, so to get back basically exactly what they were searching after is phenomenal, and it makes me have full optimism in my team's direction. We won't fully know who has won this trade until probably a year from now, but for this moment, I am very happy with what the Rockets have got back and cannot wait to see what's next. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good are the Houston Rockets now to you? What are your thoughts on this trade? Who are the winners and losers? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.
Hey, Mobs, that sounds wavy.